streamed Share Factory. I'm gonna upload this as like just a regular style video as well, but I just figured like might as well stream it. Maybe get some debates going on in the chat, you know. And also, you know, if I see like a mistake, I can correct it easier by just saying it to you. But don't worry, I'll keep it. I'll make two versions. I might just wait until if people wanna hop on. Also, I went through the whole thing, and from 20 minutes it went down to 14.
He's just in share.
Oh, what up, Yeti? Hopefully you're enjoying your Apex games. Yeti, can I go full screen on Share Factory while live streaming? I'd like to go full screen if I can. Hello, what up, Martin? Alright, 4 people are watching. I'ma just start it right here. Enjoy the cringe. I made a whole Word document about 800 words and I tried recording stuff. Hey, Poo Trader Akka, what's up, man? What's up? Can I actually go full screen? Tosikko blue screen? Okay, so you guys actually can see it. Nice, okay. Okay, what up, Ref, by the way? I'ma just let it play now. And I'll be looking at chat. In terms of opinions. Oh, you should. The DAC is the same person who accused me of being a Ubisoft cocksucker or sea sucker. I don't know. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Frontlines is not exactly what the community were hoping for. To be revealed in the 20th anniversary Ghost Recon showcase. And of course, as you've seen, in the typical our passionate ways of the Ghost Recon community, we have shown our dissatisfaction of the game in a major way. Totally in a major way. It's all over social media. Video is meant to be kind of like a update. Since yesterday's stream I was pretty not really looking at the reveal with a critic's mind, pretty biased. And now that I've been able to sleep through this information, I've checked out the trailers, I've analyzed the trailers. This video is basically meant to be an update of my opinion of the whole Frontline experience and the game itself. How do I feel about it? And overall, how do I feel about the reveal? How was it done? You may agree or disagree with my opinion during this video, and that's understandable. Everyone likes different things, and I highly recommend that we should have some debates in the comment section. So
I
the
skipped that
flagship
part.
mode of Frontlines is Expedition,
Yeah, this is Santa Blanca TikTok
which
vid.
is technically not a battle royale. They
Except it's 14
emphasize
minutes.
that it's not a battle royale. It doesn't have a circle that closes in, and it's like a massive multiplayer PvP arena shooter that evolves around gathering intel and in the end extracting. 3 teams seem to be able to extract per match. There was this interview about the whole about the game mode, and they basically admitted that people will immediately think that it's a battle royale mode, which I saw it as a red flag since they
I
never
still
in
do.
the announcement video they never said this is not a BR. That's a massive red flag for me and a huge mistake by them. But I watched the interview, and it seems that it's literally not it's not a battle royale. It's like a mercenaries too, and I'm talking about Expedition, the flagship
Hey, what
mode
up?
of Ghost
What
Recon
up,
Frontline
Sphere?
Force.
Welcome to the cringe.
100 players in a map at the same time is super cool in my opinion, because that might actually mean that we are gonna get more than 4-man squads in the next campaign Ghost Recon game. I swear to God, if we do not get more than 4-man squads in the next game after Frontlines, I still stand by that opinion. Like, for real. Granted, if there's gonna be desyncing issues like in Breakpoint,
Oh
then
yeah,
of
the
course
desyncing.
that's not a
There
good
cannot
thing.
be
They
any
need to
desyncing.
iron that out so we don't have invisible enemies with 100 enemies on the map that are all invisible. In game, I'm gonna explain what I feel like what's gonna be the future after Frontlines.
So this is where I explain like when I talked about a campaign game, you know.
And it seems to me that this game Frontlines is entirely made by Ubisoft Bucharest, the studio behind multiple Ghost Recon PvPs, including Ghost Recon Wildlands and Ghost Recon Breakpoint, meaning that every other studio that has worked on Ghost Recon is still working on something else. Perhaps we are gonna get the next story-based game in 2023. That's what I hope. And this Frontlines is an extra side project that Bucharest has been making since Breakpoint's PvP kind of flopped.
Kind of flopped. It totally flopped. Yeah, that was my first reaction. I've been visible. Yeah. When I was typing out this, I was like, dude, I was thinking about you. Oh yeah, next Defiant, yeah, but I'm basically focusing on Ghost Recon. You know it's coming too.
I'm not gonna cover
Jump glitch to start earlier. We have two sides. We have the Wildlands player with their own glitches, and then we have us Breakpoint players with me and Raf, where we're invisible people.
some feedback that I'd like to be addressed regarding the experience and the gameplay and the flow and everything Frontlines what I've seen now. Some feedback. Number one issue, even though the first person camera perspective doesn't bother me, since the first Ghost Recon was actually first person, and but at the same time I acknowledge that Ghost Recon has been a third person shooter ever since Ghost Recon 2. So I'd like there to be a third person camera feature or a mode or a setting.
There was I had another take of that line where I just said like the majority of people like third person shooters because of the Ghost Recon being a third person shooter ever since the second one. But I figured that I could like say it on this live stream version. I could say that there was this other version where I slightly changed their wording, but the message is the same. I want a third person option or a mode in the game.
And because the game is in early development, I think if we
Love the fact that how I spell development.
campaign for a third person perspective mode slash or the game will be third person, we can easily convince them to change the first-person perspective
Yeah,
to
it
those
is.
who do
It is
not
from
like
that
first-person games.
Martin.
That according to some people, Ghost Recon Wildlands at some point during development didn't even have a third-person aiming system until the players and the testers provided feedback that there should be a third-person system. So, as I said, if we campaign, if we ask, if we demand a third-person mode or a feature, we will get it if we
Still fun fact.
remain professional in our feedback.
I'm gonna briefly touch on the extradition game mode, which is Mercenaries 2. The main issue that I've seen from that is that there's only a squad size of 3. I would like there to be a squad size of 4, 6, and 8. At From what I've read and researched, Bloom it's pretty similar, but it's like expanded. Consumer Mr. Brodo, what's up? Welcome to the Grinch. Yeah, this is from that. I remember how I was saying like these guys look kind of cool. I just took little cinematics from that launch, if possible, as a background image. Provide us with a 4-man squad like in all the other Ghost Recon games, please. So I want a 4-man squad and a 6-man squad and an 8-man squad options, but I will settle for 4-man squads instead of the 3 that is currently a thing. This also goes for any of the other modes you guys are planning to launch with. Yes. The deploying cover via the laser designation system, even though I bet it's a cool gameplay dynamic, it really takes away from the core of the Ghost Recon, which is relatively
a big complaint that I've seen.
To remain authentic. So I'd say maybe remove that, maybe modify it, maybe we'll just be able to dig trenches and place sandbags, or deploy like an actual like a ballistic shield in the ground, or deploy cover not by laser designation, but like my character will have like a ballistic shield I can place down. My character will be able to place down barricades, sandbags, dig trenches, you know. Instead of that, it just drops from the sky, which is kinda not really Ghost Recon. I guess you're not bothered about first person. No, Bloom. I fully agree that the game should have a third person. Yes, I agree. But if we can't turn the game into fully third person, I'll settle for a third person mode or setting or like something that you can toggle, you know. That's what I mean, but yeah. Now I'm gonna touch on the other modes other than XP. Yeah, exactly. That the whole thing about the laser designation thing argument, it's so unreal. You've seen the trailers. They all of a sudden there's this ramp thing that drops. It's really like this Ghost Recon is supposed to be grounded in reality in a kind of arcadey sense. In my opinion, it would make so much more sense if we could just like dig trenches, place sandbags, and your character will have like a barricade thing you can place down instead of the laser thing. Edition. I feel like there should be a mode where it's 50 versus 50, where players fight for the control of control points. This was recorded before I saw bases, before I realized that they actually showed a domination style game mode that Basie actually talked about too. They had no mention of it, but like it was there. And other important areas. And then we could also have another mode where it's basically Ghost War. It could be 10v10 with respawns or 4-on-4 with no respawns on smaller sized maps picked from the main map. Just like in the old days, or now, it would be a perfect time to bring back conflict with a twist. Let's put 20 players per team and let's have 3 teams fight
in conflict.
Yeah, so what I want is a 50 versus 50 player mode, but so the concept domination mode is actually 9v9. I want more team. I want more players in it in there. Hey, what up, DG? So this was. Yeah, I'm here to discuss this. This video is about discussing it. Yeah, discussing it. Yes. You are not alone on that, DG. What else? Yeah, so we could have that, and then we could have Ghost War. We could, so like we can get the maps from the big ass map, like in Wildlands and Breakpoint. And then we could have conflict. We could have multiple game modes. I really want multiple game modes with different settings and different objectives. No, that sucks, bro. But you know how much I appreciate you stopping by. How everyone in here appreciates you being here. Okay, I noticed that in this. Nah, Digit, it's not about being negative, Debbie. You're actually pretty civil about it, compared to some of the people on the forums and Dak. In this control point game mode, you guys don't use the armor system. Yes, and the expedition game mode has an armor system similar to Warzone, but I will keep it in. From expedition, and that's a great thing. Good job. Don't do it. Yeah, so I don't want the big ass domination game mode to have an armor system. I don't want that. But you can keep it in expedition. But I'll actually. Well, it's the armor system in expedition, even though it's been famous by Warzone. Your standard 3-plate system where you plate up. I feel like instead of that system, we should have like a armor vest system where if you equip a heavier vest, you get more armor. But of course, you're gonna move slower. You might aim down sights slower instead of just like plating up. Once your armor vest is gone, it's gone forever. You have to go find a replacement, for example. But of course, who knows how easy it is to implement a system like that. So yeah, Bloom, I fully think that they are working on a big ass campaign PvE focused game, because Ubisoft Bucharest seems to be the only studio that has worked on Frontlines. But it might be like 2023 to 2024 timetable, so about a few years before we get that new campaign focused game. So in this footage, you can clearly see it's 3 control points with a time limit. But on the so this is I was supposed to have like clips of the stream. I was going to show the minimap. So the minimap basically has Warzone style shopping cart symbols inside the smaller objective game mode denomination thing. Minimap, it has these shopping cart icons, and I assume it relates to that number 7690 in some way. With a cash system. You can probably buy auto turrets like it says right there. My feedback on that is just remove that system entirely, please. I don't think the Ghost Recon community wants a buy system in a game mode like this. Have fun sphere, or my replacement system, if a removal is not possible, is just balance the contractors around the buy system inside this large conquest style mode that you guys have. Is just instead of having to buy stuff from the stations, you have the operators, the contractors have abilities that will like do the similar stuff. Maybe someone can resupply. Maybe you can call it an A10 gun run if you have to. Okay, so this was a deleted clip where I referenced the Insurgency Sandstorm, where there's the commander and the observer, and if those two classes work in combination, they can call in powerful stuff. I'm not sure if I like the idea now, but back when I recorded this, it seemed like a neat idea. And also expedition game mode, you can keep the buy station thing if you want to, but like I'm only talking about the objective game mode, the other ones.
Two classes that work in unison. But yeah, I don't think
I have
Ghost
fun
Recon
watching SEAL Team, by the way.
pretty well like this.
Deployable cover, yeah. I mean, it's made like even the deployable cover comes from the laser designator, Martin. Buy system that you have in the large scale control point mode. So just balance it around the operators. Give the abilities to the operators in this mode. Contractors, actually. There's just there's a bit of feedback right there for what I came up with. Yeah, why not?
And like in summary, like what we wanted as a Ghost Recon community, we wanted to see a new game that was a PvE campaign based open world, maybe depends. Graphics, well, I wasn't gonna. I was thinking about touching on the graphics ref, but it's early in development. I can't really judge. Yeah, that's why I didn't wanna take it into consideration. But of course, I've noticed it that it's kind of, you know, the graphics aren't that good, that great. I mean, yeah, the Ferris wheel was kind of cool idea, but even if it was
maybe
just
maybe
a
like you said,
simple name drop, the name of the game, without anything else, we would have been so hype. Or maybe if we had gotten that Assassin's Creed style mission editor, that would have been awesome as well. But as you clearly seen on Twitter, we are not really satisfied. We are pretty disappointed, to be honest. But at the same time, I'd like to say that the Ghost Recon community is willing to provide feedback to make. To be honest, I'm not really sure if they want to do that, but I hope they will. If you're talking about TK quite literally had no idea this game was in development. Did you? Even though it was even in the video, I know. Yeah, as you said, early development. Yeah. Big Frontline, a good game. But that would require that you guys will listen to that feedback as
To
well
Ubisoft.
and act on it. And you've done that in the past. Just look at Breakpoint. You've removed gear score. That's
Yeah. So basically, what I meant by that is like comparing Breakpoint's launch to what Breakpoint is today is all thanks to the fact that they listened to at least some of the feedback that the community gave them.
I bet that was a big thing. We just like to do a bit more of it now with Frontline, especially Frontline, because we are starting at a low point, man.
I will repeat this.
Do I think Frontline will be a good game, a good free-to-play PvP game, set in the Ghost Recon franchise? Yes, but only if they implement all the stuff we've now asked.
Yeah.
And like all the stuff I talked about in this video, along with the other people. I haven't really watched many videos
Still haven't.
that other people have made. I only watched Spacey's video because Spacey literally had played the game, so of course I wanted to learn a bit more about it before I said anything. But yeah, it has a potential, but only if you start making changes, and those changes need to be done fast. If you watch, yeah, so in summary, yeah, I think we could have a good game on our hands, but at this current point in time, it's not a good game. But if they just reshape it, if you
Listen to
this
feedback, we might
this
have
far,
something.
looking at these three Santa Blanca dudes just doing idle animations and
Yes, there was absolutely no feedback. I know, Kevin. Yeah, that too rough. Yeah, Delta company doesn't really get told anything, bro, unfortunately. At least most of them. Listening to me talk and breathe, of course, you know. I like to I'm very thankful that you've, what up, Kevin, by the way, gotten to hear. Really appreciate it. This is a new thing for me. I made a script and everything. And please provide feedback. Write down in the comments. That's not gonna happen, Martin, unfortunately. Go into the forums. If you have a PC, go try out the game. I wish I could. Yeah, seriously, guys. If you got a PC that can run the alpha thing or the early test, please go fucking play that shit. Or try to get access to it and just tell them to fix the game. I can't do it. I don't have a PC. You know. There's problems in this. Yes, that sounds like a fun thing. At the current state, there's really big issues. And Kevin, oh yeah, Kevin. So I feel like that this game, Frontline, is made by Bucharest and Bucharest only. It seems like. So we're gonna hopefully get a new Ghost Recon campaign game in like 2023 or 2024. You know, a few years. But what I said before, like this, about a minute back, is what I said is we would have much rather preferred that they just title drop, like maybe just the name of the new Ghost Recon campaign game, and we would have been so much more hype than Frontline, you know. I suppose that they can. Or the Assassin's Creed style mission editor would have been cool too, as I'm repeating myself on the video. At the same time, I do acknowledge that, oh god, we are starting at such a low point, man. It's like, if Breakpoint was, you know, bad at launch, the Frontline is a slightly below it right now. Yeah, I still agree with that. Yeah, like Breakpoint was bad at launch, very bad. But like the current situation with Frontline, man, it's even worse than Breakpoint somehow. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all some other time. Oh yeah, and please do not harass the community managers on Twitter, for example. Keep it professional. That's how we get results. It's being professional. Yes, I agree. The community managers haven't done anything wrong. They're just doing their work. Alright, that's the end of the video. I really appreciate for you guys just hanging out and discussing and stuff. Yeah, for example, yeah, exactly, Kevin. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Raf. I wasn't really sure how people would like my voice. This was really my first time doing like a script and like writing dialogue, or you know, dialogue lines. Glad you liked it. Catch you later. Oh yeah, we gotta do another call sometime. Perfect time for your lunch break too. Now we should do more. Well, whenever. Maybe if they up. Maybe if whenever the the console alphas, betas, whatever, you know, come out, then I might do a follow-up video. Or maybe if the game gets cancelled, who knows, man. With the current volatile state, which is totally fucking understandable. People like, as I said, like, situation is worse than Breakpoint launch. But anyway, alright. I much appreciate for all of you stopping by and watching this with me today, or watching this back. I gotta go do a raid speed run apparently. So okay, catch you guys later. Bye bye. Shout out to the Santa Blanca dudes, by the way, and Martin.